Hello everyone. As someone who has spent an ungodly amount of money on this game, I've had the luxury or displeasure of being able to get a lot of 5-star weapons in the game. As you can see, I have quite a roster of 5-star weapons, but the one I have been waiting the longest for was the Staff of Homa. The main reason was that I was trying to get this specifically for Zhongli, since Zhongli is my favorite character, and this is technically considered his best in slot weapon. But that really got me thinking, how good is the Staff of Homa today? Is it still the best polearm in the game? At the time of its release, I was not playing this game, but from what I can tell, everybody seemed to praise the Staff of Homa for being the best polearm in the game. I think the times have changed a little bit, and while I still do think that the Staff of Homa is the strongest DPS polearm in the game, at least on most characters it is, I do also think that it isn't the best polearm in the game. I had this discussion the other day with a friend, shout out to Jasper, but we both agreed that we preferred the Engulfing Lightning over the Staff of Homa. There's a couple of reasons why I prefer the Engulfing Lightning. For one, the Staff of Homa gives you a lot of raw damage, but the way to take the most advantage out of it is to be below 50% HP, which just isn't practical for most characters. Additionally, while the 66% crit damage is a lot, the attack boost that you get from Engulfing Lightning, depending on the build, can also be extremely high, which means that it's actually very competitive, though it will still lose to Staff of Homa in terms of damage most of the time. However, the main thing to keep in mind is that a lot of characters in the game use Emblem of Severed Fate. Even for a character like Zhongli, using 4-piece Emblem is great for burst damage. As such, the Engulfing Lightning not only gives the huge amount of energy recharge, 55% to be specific, but it also helps maintain burst uptime while increasing his damage. This is also the case when you use it on someone like Xiangling. The Staff of Homa is still technically the more damaging option for Xiangling, but the Engulfing Lightning just makes building so much easier while giving you very competitive and similar damage. For a character like Shenhe, even the Engulfing Lightning is good on her because it gives her the attack she needs, while giving her the huge amount of energy recharge, which is also pretty important, at least for a C0 Shenhe. What I'm trying to say here is that while I do really like the Staff of Homa, especially on Zhongli because it looks cool and does a lot of damage, and I definitely do think that it is one of the best overall weapons in the game, I actually don't think that it necessarily is a definite first place in terms of the polearm placement. For those who are curious, this is basically my rough tier list for the polearms in the game. I think that the Engulfing Lightning is a little bit better, or at least tied with the Staff of Homa, because while it loses in terms of damage, it offers a lot more utility. This is the same argument I make for the Favonius weapons. The Favonius weapons have never been good for overall damage, but they have so much utility by giving energy to the whole team and still being decently good in terms of DPS that they are just easily the best line of 4-star weapons. I should also mention that the general quality of 5-star polearms in this game is pretty poor. The Skyward Spine is arguably the worst 5-star weapon in the game. The Primordial J-Wing Spear literally only works on like 2 characters decently, and the Vortex Vanquisher it's a tragedy as well. So honestly, this debate between whether the Staff of Homa or an Engulfing Lightning is better doesn't really matter because they are both so OP. But I think I just like to bring it up because the Staff of Homa is always touted as the best polearm in the game, and from a DPS perspective, I think that's true, but I don't think that DPS is the overall encompassing thing behind the choice of a weapon. There are a lot of weapons in this game that are chosen because of their team utility or their overall utility, regardless of damage. That's why so many characters love having the Favonius Sword or Favonius Lance. Damage just isn't necessarily the most important thing, especially in a team game like Genshin Impact. Personally, if you're going to pull on this weapons banner, you can't really go wrong because both the Staff of Homa and Aqua Simulacra are extremely good and flexible weapons. But just keep in mind that the Staff of Homa may not be the be-all end-all weapon that you were expecting. It's a great weapon, I love it, and it was definitely worth the primos that I spent to get it. Just so you know, I lost both my weapon 50-50s. But I do think that if you are going to go for a more flexible 5-star weapon, try looking out for the Engulfing Lightning if you weren't able to get the Staff of Homa. The Engulfing Lightning is really flexible, it's usable on almost every single polearm character, and just helps energy management a lot if you need it. Which, by the way, a lot of characters do actually need that energy recharge, especially if they use 4-piece Emblem of Severed Fate. Just as a small bonus, because I have Constellation 2 Zhongli, whenever I play Zhongli in co-op, I always run 4 Emblem with Engulfing Lightning on him. This is so I can have maximum burst uptime to shield everybody in my team. It's one of those like more situational kind of things that makes the Engulfing Lightning a bit more useful than the Homa, where the Homa's damage isn't as important than me being able to shield the entire party. But I know this is like whale talk, it's not really important for most Zhongli players, but I thought I'd just bring it up. But yeah, that was just a quick video, and it was also just to show off my Staff of Homa, considering I spent a lot of money on it. Hope you guys enjoyed the short video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.